At dawn, most people have trouble getting out of bed, so they simply push a snooze button and stay in for as long as possible. They will start mindlessly scrolling on their phone as a first thing in the morning. You see, they put off the very first thing they are supposed to do: get out of the bed. Consequently, their first fight of the day is already lost. Does this scenario seem familiar? Putting things off is the biggest waste of life, is the quote by Seneca, and it is the most important one you will ever hear. Soon, time is getting short, so they skip breakfast or eat some pathetic fast food on the way. Stress kicks in, the pressure of the daily tasks is rising, and their minds will be all over the place. They start to react impulsively, make poor decisions, and in the end, self-destructive actions like anger come up. But how does this concern you? You need to realize that your life will be gradually ruined if you implement poor habits into your morning routine, or no habits at all. How do you expect to be successful in any of your goals if your mornings are pure chaos? Brothers, this guide is your blueprint and is heavily inspired by the wisdom of titans like Wim Hof, Jordan Peterson, Sylvester Stallone, and others. All those men went through a personal hell and worldwide ridicule, but eventually they rose as honest men. This guide is my manifesto to you and to the community of men that may be lost in life. But we can rise together and put a stop to procrastination, laziness, and mediocre lives once and for all. The guidelines that are presented here have helped me immensely in my own life. You see, it's not merely about what you do, it's about who you become in the process. Number 1, rise with a purpose. To rise early is to stand against the darkness of complacency. As famous psychologist Jordan Peterson suggests, your day begins the moment your eyes open, and in an instant, you must reject the siren call of comfort. Get up with intention, leaving the comfort of your bed behind. By waking up with a purpose, you are already winning. You should understand that this is not about simply jumping out of bed, but about starting with a clear and determined mind. A true man doesn't hit the snooze button. He confronts the morning head on. This is your first victory, your first assertion of control over chaos. Number 2, confront the cold. Wim Hof, very well known as the Iceman, has shown us the mighty power of cold exposure. The cold is merciless, but righteous. Begin your day with a cold shower. It wakes you up fully, way better than any coffee would do, and teaches you to embrace discomfort. This ritual is more than a mere shock to the system. It's a deliberate challenge to your comfort zone. As Wim himself states, confronting the cold can help you learn to endure and overcome the constant chatter of your mind. Most people will be terrified and discouraged in the face of a cold right in the morning. But this fear is just a distraction. It clouds your mind, but do not let it. By facing the cold, you are training your mind to overcome immediate, visceral fear and discomfort. Think about it. A man who can stand against the cold can stand against life's adversities. The cold teaches resilience, a key element in the armor of masculinity. The armor that you should wear every day. So prepare for the next step. Number 3, master your body. Strength is a skill. This is a preaching of the modern-day godfather of strength, Pavel Tsatsouline. And skill, it certainly is. As I mentioned numerous times before, it's not only about lifting weights in the gym. You need to train not only your muscles, but also your cardiovascular and nervous systems if you want to be able to exert a large volume of strength. This is where skill comes into play, and you need to hone it regularly. Hence, start your morning with a workout. And yes, even on an empty stomach, this will teach you to control your urges. The goal is to challenge yourself physically, which not only builds your body but fortifies your mind too. Remember, physical training is also a metaphor for life. It requires discipline, effort, and the willingness to endure pain for long-term gain. traits that, sadly, not so many men of today possess. It is just tragic how many people neglect their bodies thinking they will live without consequence. A strong body houses a strong mind, and a strong man is a fortress against life's storms. Sylvester Stallone puts it beautifully. Exercise is one of the best negotiators of character. So let each physical challenge enhance not just your body, but also your mental fortitude. To help with this task, you should consider following advice. Number 4, mindful breathing. Before the chaos of daily life hits, find your calm through mindful breathing. Wim Hof's breathing techniques are a powerful tool for this. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and intentionally. Perform series of controlled deep breath, where you inhale deeply and exhale without force, followed by holding your breath for as long as you can after exhaling. This process, repeated in cycles, aims to increase oxygen levels in the body, which will lead to improved energy and reduced stress. It clears your mind and prepares your body for the challenges ahead. For full details on this technique, check out the Wim Hof Method site. It's a simple yet profound way to gain control over your emotions, and it doesn't take too much time. Keep in mind, people are generally more unhappy today than they were yesterday, and destructive emotions are the enemies of rational action, and there are a lot of negative emotions running through us constantly. Mindful breathing is a shield against these emotions, a way to maintain inner peace and focus. Only by trying this yourself will you find out how it literally changes you, making you the calm one in the room and enabling you to let go of your bleak feelings. Now, let's satisfy one of the biggest human needs, hunger. Number 5, nurture your being. First, you need to understand that nutrition goes beyond physical consideration. What you consume on a daily basis, starting from your food all the way to your social media, is shaping you. Be as deliberate with your diet as you are with your thoughts. When it comes to food, it's not about dieting, it's about fueling the machine that is your body. Your first meal should be rich in nutrients, designed to support your energy levels and cognitive function. Avoid sugars and processed foods. They are the opposite of vitality. Instead, consume natural proteins and healthy fats, meat, butter, eggs, bacon. You might want to ask now, but what about the carbs? Is that even healthy? You see, humans were not designed to eat foods full of starch and anti-nutrients. An acceptable exception here is berries and honey. You can eat those, but in moderation. A modern individual would consider this type of eating keto, or if we go further, carnivore. But modern medicine hates these words. You might have heard it as nonsense yourself. Nevertheless, you should keep an open mind. Think about it. Which type of food is currently being replaced by cheap and artificial ingredients? Which type of food may soon be completely prohibited in the name of so-called Green Deal scheme? Is it just a coincidence? I think not. Keep in mind that not everything in our world is as it seems at first glance, and the old big corporations want it to stay that way. I will be focusing on this topic closely in one of the future videos, so be sure to subscribe. Number 6, reflect and affirm. At the end of your morning routine, be sure to reflect and affirm. Look back on your previous day, acknowledging both your victories and your failures. Learn from them. It really doesn't take a lot of time. Sylvester Stallone often speaks of the importance of self-belief. Every champion was once a contender who refused to give up. Number 7, set intentions. Before you step out into the world, set your intentions for the day. Think about your goals and visualize achieving them. 1 or 2 should suffice. Keep it simple. This practice aligns your actions with your ambitions. Understand this. It's not enough to simply have dreams. You must have a clear, actionable plan. Visualization is a powerful tool used by legends like Muhammad Ali. It transforms abstract desires into solid steps. By setting your intentions, you are steering yourself towards the destination you desire, rather than drifting aimlessly throughout the day. You are creating a roadmap, an outline of your battlefield. As Jordan Peterson advises, treat yourself like you are someone you are responsible for helping. Act with the knowledge that each choice, each action contribute to the legacy you are building. Despite all the things mentioned here, you may think you don't need this stuff and that you are that one very special individual who doesn't need a morning routine. Think twice and think hard. This path leads to mediocrity, to a life dictated by whims and external circumstances. Do you really want to walk on it? Look back on these morning rituals. They are more than just actions. They are the embodiment of a mindset. As you integrate these practices into your daily life, you will find that you are not just performing tasks, but transforming yourself. You are becoming the man you were meant to be. So remember the wisdom of these great men. Let them guide you and inspire you. Start each day with these principles in mind, and you will forge a path to greatness. You will conquer your mornings, and in doing so, rise in your life. Speaking of which, if you want to rise up further, comment below what interests you the most. And don't forget to subscribe for more.